Hi everyone, this is Steve with Art of Tea, and today we're going to be talking about oolong. Oolong comes from that same category of tea, all from the evergreen shrub called Camellia sinensis. But there's some really special, very special characteristics involved with creating an oolong, both in terms of process on the plant side, as well as defining an oolong and how to actually make a great cup of oolong tea. So oolong is known as the connoisseur's tea, and it's a very wide category. So white tea and green tea are non-oxidized. White tea is picked, it's dried, that's it. Green tea is either steamed or baked or pan-fired, depending on or sometimes a combination of one or two of those. But it's the oxidization halts within the manufacturing process. But oolong is special because it's anywhere between 1% oxidized to 99% oxidized. So how do you know the difference and why does it matter? Well, let's say you take a bite out of an apple and you let that apple sit for 5 minutes. What will start to happen with that apple? Then you would ask yourself the question, well, after 2 hours, what would start to happen with that apple? And then after 12 hours, what would start to happen in that apple? Now, if you're in Florida where it's really humid, if you take a bite out of an apple, just after a few minutes, it starts to get kind of mushy. Well, if you're in Palm Springs where it's very dry, you'll create this, you'll see this very thin layer where it doesn't turn brown. It just creates more or less a shield. So the humidity also becomes a really important factor in terms of the oolong. So with it being 1% oxidized, and the oxidization is basically where the cells of the leaves start to get cracked, all the way to 99% oxidized. So what's 100% oxidized? Black tea, and we're going to get to that another time. But when it comes to oolong tea, oolong has such a wide variety of flavor profiles, and this is why it's known as the connoisseur's tea, because it's so specific in terms of the size, the shape, and which brings in the question, what does oolong really mean? Well, oolong literally translates as dark dragon or black dragon. If you actually take a look at one of the leaves, you can see why and how it actually gets the name dark dragon. So I know that the focus probably isn't so great, but you can actually hopefully see the leaf as compared to another size and shape, which is a bit more nugget shaped, and that is another type of oolong. So the two major, most popular forms of oolong are the kernel shape, kind of looks like grape nuts, different sizes depending on the origin and process, and also the long wiry leaf. So those are the two major forms of oolong. Typically with the rolled, you can get multiple infusions out of it, while with the long wiry leaf, it takes a little bit more, you can't get as much extraction out of it. While the kernel, the more you steep it, the leaf starts to unfold and unfurl, so you can get 4, 5, 6, 7, multiple steeps out of these different types of leaves. And in some cases, you don't want to drink the first cup, you want to drink the 4th or the 5th infusion. In fact, there's been poetry written on it in terms of the multiple steeps behind them, and it's fascinating just being able to uncover and really hone in on those sensory experiences that happen with oolong. Oolong is also known as the Taiwanese women's secret to weight loss. I don't want to talk about health benefits here, but just know that traditionally, with an oily, fatty meal like dim sum, oolong is often enjoyed with that meal. So this is a little bit of background on oolong. It's just the beginning. I hope that it starts your long journey of enjoying a lifetime of oolongs, and your passion for it starts and becomes as deep as it is here for us at Art of Tea. Thank you.